good to get cleaned up and get my clothes washed. It had been quite some time since my clothes were washed. Now they won't have that starch feel anymore. I am walking back to the trailhead now from Caribou Crossroads, and it was good to get some milkshakes. They weren't all they were promised, in my opinion. They're just another milkshake. I've had better, but it tasted good when you've been out on the trail. Their grill was broken down, so there was only 2 items on the menu you could get. So I got the chicken tenders and fries because it was that or fish and chips. But that still tasted good. Got a little bit of resupply. There wasn't as much as promised there, so I just needed to top it off, get a couple items to make me to Chester, where I'm going now. I'm about to begin the infamous Belden climb, 14.5 miles, I think, up. So that's my goal for today, to get that done and then get as far as I can past that. I'd like to make a 20-mile day, but I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be a thing I can do with that climb, but we'll see. Check out that cool contraption. You can get up there and play on it, I guess. I think it's to look at the whole stamp mill from different angles, but if I were a kid in Belden, I'd be over here all the time. Here we go. Well, it starts off pretty steep to begin with. Whew. I finally reached the top, but it's become a slippery snow mess. Looks like I get some downhill snow here too. Hopefully this will end soon. Not fun to slip and slide in it, but at least I'm at the top. It appears I'm gonna have snow for a while. Let's just see how far I can make it today. Every mile I go farther gets me a little bit closer to Chester. Now to figure out how to navigate this particular snow. I've set up camp. The good news is I made it 24 miles today. The bad news is I was going to go another 2.5 miles to a better camp spot than the one I carved out of the dirt here, but I stopped to go to the bathroom and started peeing what appeared to be blood, and so I thought, okay, that doesn't look good. I thought, well, UTI could explain that, or I've also overtrained before when I used to weightlift a lot, and you can break down your muscles and have the same type of thing happen. So I thought, okay, well, either way, if it's the muscles breaking down because I've been doing too much, it doesn't feel like it, but maybe I have been. If it's that, then the best thing for me to do is to stop and get some rest right now instead of pushing the muscles further today. If it's the other, well, nothing I can do about it. Regardless, I'm going to rest tonight and then I've got 22 miles down to Highway 36 near Chester. And since my mom lives in Reading, I've asked her to come pick me up, and so she's going to get me tomorrow, and then I'll go to an urgent care and solve the mystery, so I can deal with whatever the issue is and keep moving. Kind of sucks, but hey, things happen. Someone really needs to work on the naming in this area. Maybe this isn't the place I want to go. I have about 10 miles to go. I verified with my mom, and she's gonna come pick me up, and I'm going to need some food probably before I go to any urgent care clinic. I ate the last of my food before the big hill today. I went to bed still hungry and woke up hungry and had a small breakfast and was still hungry. So not enough food plus hiker hunger. So I need to find a buffet or something and get my money's worth. But I'm glad I should be down to Highway 70 near Chester in about 4 hours. So the big hill is over and it's mostly downhill right now. Whew. Oh, looking forward to getting down there. Here's the PCT midpoint. It of course doesn't count for me because I haven't done the Sierras yet, so my midpoint will occur elsewhere. So I don't get to celebrate here. I get to move on down the trail. I'm about a quarter mile from the road, and my mom was already there, which is nice. Because of the symptoms, I'm really kind of leaning toward UTI, but we'll find out. But it has not been fun to hike 22 miles with this thing going on. Whew. But even with that, I still want to get something to eat first. My stomach's been growling the entire time too. I've had better hiking days. I am back out on the trail. It's about a week after I went into town, and I went to the doctor and had all kinds of blood and urine tests and everything done. Problem disappeared after I got up the trail and has not reappeared, and they could find nothing wrong with me from all the tests. So no UTI, no kidney problems, nothing. Big mystery. They had put me on antibiotics as a suspected UTI, and those took it out of me. I lost like 5 days, just groggy and foggy and tired. Those things are horrible. So I went off of those once they said, hey, well, no UTI, so no point in being on those. Felt much better. Got a couple days to do some town chores, and I have my new pack on. I swapped everything over to that, and it fits much better. Not being broken, that makes sense. So glad to be back out here. Hopefully whatever weird health issue it was, it's kind of concerning not to know what the issue was, but at least it's not repeating itself at this point. And anxious to get back out on the trail. I've spent enough time off, and I need to get going. Otherwise, I won't be able to finish this journey in time. But today should be a fairly light day. I have about 19 miles to a campground where I'm going to camp because they have bear boxes, and then I have to hike through Lassen Park the next day. They require bear canisters if you stay there, and I'm not bringing a bear canister, so I'm just going to hike the park in one day, and that solves that problem. In addition to my new pack, I have a few other changes I've made. One is my sit pad. I've taken out and I've replaced it with a longer thermarest pad, one you could sleep on, which is heavier, but I'm using it to encourage myself to stop and relax more often and take my shoes off, because I still have the numbness in my foot. It comes and goes and is almost not there sometimes and really bad other times, depending on, I guess, my body and what I've been doing, etc., etc. But I have found that if I kick back and relax my feet, take my shoes off, and take a little break, that massively improves things. So I wanted to encourage that, and having a soft thing to sit or lie down on in the middle of the day helps me with that. So the other thing I have is a new water bottle holder. It's very timely because I got to attach it to the new pack, and it seems to work really well thus far. The last thing that I'm excited about is I'm done with the Sawyer Mini. It's advertised as having the same flow rate as a Sawyer Squeeze. Don't believe it. It's not even close. So I went and I picked up a Sawyer Squeeze and I compared the two in town. Not even close. So I've taken out the Sawyer Mini and I've put in a regular old Sawyer Squeeze so that I can actually filter water in a few minutes versus a half hour, because it really has slowed me down and it's just frustrating. So I'm excited to have that in my pack now and be able to get water quickly. This poor moth doesn't look like he's doing so well. I want to get him off the trail though. He's really cool looking, but he's having trouble flying. I wonder what happened to him. He's really trying to get away. He didn't like me. Poor guy. I set him off the trail. I don't know if he'll make it, but at least maybe he's got a little more protection, won't get stepped on or picked up by a bird so quickly. I am glad that today is just an easy 19-mile day. I'm just not feeling 100%. The 6 days I took off were not a real restful 6 days. In addition to kind of the fatigue for the antibiotics, ironically, I got something in my eye while off the trail, and it scratched my eye up, and it was very irritated and watery and made it difficult to sleep, because closing my eye and keeping it closed hurt, and it would just water all night long. So I had a couple days of that. I got an ointment from the doctor to put in my eye that helped out a little bit, but those things just take time. And to top it off, I didn't want to be off the trail in the first place, so not a super restful time off the trail. I'll probably shoot for a 30 tomorrow though, so hopefully this kind of works the bugs out and gets me in hiking form for tomorrow. I was reading that there's a fallen tree to get over this river so you don't have to ford it. If only I could find it. There's a clue. Still relatively cool out. Got down into the mid 40s actually last night, which I wasn't expecting it. Yeah, it wasn't that cold, but it's nice to start off with some cool weather to hike in, especially doing hills early in the morning. And the bow down. I'm still feeling pretty run down. I was hoping I'd wake up and be clicking my heels and ready to go, but I felt like I could have slept another 4 hours. And right now, I'd love to just stop and not do anything. Relatively easy trail is really taxing for me right now. Luckily, the section today is the one going from Warner Valley Campground toward Bernie, and that's about a 60-mile segment from here to Bernie. This is where most people try to set their records for most miles in a day, the 24-hour challenge, that sort of thing, because over those 60 miles there's about 4,000 or less feet of elevation gained. So you've got downhill and relatively flat section. So it's a lot easier to put in big miles. So if you're trying to set your record, this is the place to do it because they're the easiest miles, or some of the easiest miles. That's why I'm hoping I can, feeling as garbage as I do right now, get some decent miles today, because this should be trail I've been burning up, but I'm just not burning it up this morning. Maybe I'll feel better later in the afternoon. I'm about 3.5 miles from the turnoff to Old Station. This place brings back a lot of memories. Just the feel and smell of the area here has been somewhat nostalgic for me because I remember playing around this area when I was in my early teens.